Welcome to Chamber Talk. I want to welcome to the show today Ryan Waldrep. Ryan,
thank you, Heath.
Hey, congratulations and welcome to Dublin, Lawrence County. I know it's kind of odd to say that to you. You've been here quite a bit. You've worked here quite a bit, but you're here in a new role now.
Brand new role. Monday we started as the president of the Dublin Lawrence County Development Authority. So we're excited about that new opportunity. Excited to be a part of the Dublin Lawrence County team. Now, always been a part of the team, working with the Department of Economic Development from the state level, but certainly excited to be on the local level, be able to work with our great existing industries that we have here, our great entrepreneurs and small businesses, and hopefully be able to work to bring some new and awesome companies here to Dublin and Lawrence County.
Fantastic. Again, and it just seems weird sometimes, Ryan. I know you and I have spent some time together this week, and we meet people, and I forget to introduce you to folks because you have worked here
right.
so much in the past, and you do know a lot of our folks and have worked with a lot of our existing industries. But just for those folks who may be watching the show who have no idea, they've heard maybe or seen in the paper, we have a new Development Authority president. Give us a little rundown, a little background history about Ryan Waldrep.
Well, sure. Well, I'm from Middle Georgia. I grew up right down the road in McRae, so been here pretty much all my life. The short time that I went to college and left, but came back, and that's important. For our I'm going to say for rural Georgia is we bring
Absolutely.
people back to the community. They go, they get an education, they go maybe start a career, but then they come back home to raise a family or to participate in that life that they remember from high school or whatever. So I think that's very important. But came back to McRae, worked in community and economic development for 15 plus years, and been excited about that and really excited to bring those skills and that knowledge and the experience that I have here to Dublin and Lawrence County. Well,
and we're glad certainly to have you here, Ryan. Family. Let's talk about your family.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm married. I have my wife Amanda works at Core Civic down in Alamo. She's a mental health coordinator there. We have two boys, Adam and Ethan. Adam is 15. Ethan is 12. Upcoming 10th and 7th graders this coming up year, and we'll definitely be relocating to Lawrence County here, hopefully by Christmas. That's kind of the goal there. So definitely excited to get the kids enrolled in school here and get them involved in all the great activities. They're doing a bunch of things, so I'm sure they definitely won't have a free moment or a want for anything, from extracurricular standpoint, from school-wise. So we're excited for that.
I know you just perked up the ears of all of our local realtors and our local bankers and our church folks here, but and I know a lot of those folks have already reached out to you, Ryan.
They definitely have.
This week, and we'll get into some other things in just a minute, but tell me about your welcome this week and just the folks that you've met here.
It's been phenomenal. Everyone that we've met has been so excited, about the new role that we've got with the Development Authority, and they're so welcoming, to the community, and I expected that, and knew that would be the case. Just simply, again, knowing a lot of people here in the community, through our past experience, through friendships that we've created over the last 10 or 15 years or so, but really, excited about how some of those relationships and how we're going to be able to evolve and expand upon those relationships with different facility managers and people that work within the companies that we have here in Dublin and Lawrence County, but also all the other people within the community as well, and how we all can work together to continue to improve the community and bring new opportunities for the residents here.
And Ryan, your experience, I think you said 15 years with the state. Tell me how that will play a role in your new role here,
right.
and how those existing contacts and relationships may help out.
Well, and I was with the state of Georgia for almost 12 years. I had some additional experience at the local level and then at a regional level as well. But certainly working with the state, with having those relationships, knowing who to call when we have a question, when we have an opportunity, when we have an issue that arises, knowing who to call and being able to get that person on the phone or being able to communicate with that person immediately, I think is critical to be able to make sure that we're able to bring the right resources to the community at the right time to help with whatever opportunity we may be looking at or whatever issue that we're facing. So I think it's just that relationship to be able, again, to know who to call, who's got what resources that they can bring to help us with, as well as what resources we need to be able to help them help us with, is certainly critical.
I think that's huge again, and coming in with those existing relationships throughout the state. And I know even the events and things that I attend from a chamber perspective, as a matter of fact, you were an ex officio with the Georgia Chamber of Commerce Executives. So great relationships, great foundation, and local knowledge as well. So I think we're off to a great start with Ryan here, and we look forward to great days ahead with you. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll come back and dive into a few more topics.
Hello, I'm Philip Parker. And I'm Kemper Guyton. And the company is Ashton Enterprise, Inc., and we're looking for local drivers in your area.
The requirements are Class A CDLs, a clean MVR, clean drug screen, and TWIC card preferred.
Here at Ashton, being home with family is very important to us, so we offer our drivers to be home every evening. We offer competitive pay. We have locations ranging from Sandersville to Savannah to Augusta.
Call us at 478-595-6846
or 404-436-0002. And remember, this could be the job opportunity that you've been looking for.
At Hangers Cleaners in Dublin, we really appreciate your business and strive for customer service and a better quality every single day. That's what we're here for. At Hangers Cleaners, we'll pick up and deliver right to your door, saving you time and money. Hangers Cleaners for all your fine linens, alterations, wedding gowns, leather, you name it, and we'll do it. Hangers Cleaners for your professional dry cleaning and laundry. Hangers Cleaners, the cleaner that cares. Hillcrest Parkway in Dublin.
Welcome back to the show. Ryan, again, thank you for taking time out to come. I know you've had a busy week.
An eventful week.
And we've had and it's not secret to anyone in Lawrence County, an occurrence that took place this week.
Right.
And I'm so glad that, and you may or may not be as much about this, but that you are here, because I think with what took place, having someone with local knowledge as well as state knowledge, I think certainly would have to have been an asset for you, as far as some phone calls to make, some people to reach out to. But with all that being said, even with what took place, a lot of positives have come out of that.
Right. And I mean, certainly, no one wants to see anything, of that nature and that magnitude. But, one thing that I've noticed and have realized over the last, 15 plus years that we've been back here in the area is that Lawrence County is resilient. Amen. Every time, if there's an event or something happens, the community bands together and they do what has to be done. So, certainly the resiliency of the community, I feel like we're going to bounce back, and be stronger for it.
Absolutely.
And we're going to continue to work, at the Development Authority every day. Whether we're working with our small businesses and our entrepreneurs to help create new opportunities and new ventures for them, or work with them on creating new ventures, working with our existing businesses and industries to help make sure they have the resources they need to be successful, as well as attracting and recruiting new businesses that are going to be able to capitalize on the great geographic location that we have here in the community and the great pro-business environment and great pro-business policies that we have here in Lawrence County. Those are the things that I think we're going to work on, or we are going to work on at the Development Authority every day, to make sure that we're able to continue to be successful, be as successful as we have been in the past, and continue to be that successful, if not more successful, into the future. I know we've got a lot of great things coming up, or a lot of events that are beginning to happen to help out with some of the things that have been going on this week. So one of those is going to be a job fair that's going to be held at Oconee Fall Line Technical College, and that will be on July the 3rd. It'll be from 8 to noon, and we're expecting about 30 to 40, maybe 45 different companies from the area, job fair, to come to this job fair to talk about job opportunities that they have at their respective companies. So we're thankful for Oconee Fall Line for being able to offer the facility. We're thankful for all the vendors that have agreed to come and participate on this, but also very grateful for the people that are helping to coordinate this, from the Georgia Department of Labor, from the Heart of Georgia Altamaha Regional Commission and Job Training Unlimited and our Workforce Development Board that serves our region, to the Chamber of Commerce, to the Development Authority, and Oconee Fall Line, certainly. All of those different individuals, did I leave anybody out?
I think we got them all.
Okay, good. All those different groups, all those different individuals that, really on the spur of the moment said, we need to do this. What can we do to help? And how can we bring resources? Again, it's all about resources. How can we bring the resources that we have to Lawrence County to help in any way we possibly can?
And again, you mentioned this community and banding together, and I know Tuesday morning, I was on the phone with the people from the Department of Labor. You came by the office, we communicated with them, technical college, and everybody did just work together, rapid response, and actually it's the rapid response project is what it's called.
Right.
But that is great that when anything like that happens here, we have this type of community that can work together and press on. And I do believe, and you may have mentioned earlier, but I think we will not just get back to where we were with those jobs and new jobs even, but we'll come out better on the other side of that.
Sure.
So workforce, certainly an issue that we've been dealing with. No stranger, I'm sure, to you and the role that you've been playing. So let's talk about that just a little bit, about workforce and maybe any ideas, programs, initiatives. What are we seeing around the state?
Well, one thing that we are working on or trying to figure out, again, how to bring resources to issues is workforce. So we're working with a number of partners from across the state to see what they're doing, what other communities are doing to help improve their workforce, to be able to better integrate workforce into companies, and how they're doing that. So certainly if there's a model that exists in another community that we could utilize or take and tweak a little bit just to meet what Lawrence County's needs are, certainly we want to do that. And let's, that way we're not reinventing the wheel, so to speak, to start from square one, but what can we do to build on success that other communities have had? So we're looking at some opportunities, we're looking at some examples that other communities are providing, and trying to figure out, okay, what can we do? What would work best here in our community, here in Dublin and Lawrence County, to be able to, integrate, again, the available workforce to our existing industries, but also what do our existing industries need? How can we better relay that information to individuals that are looking at new job opportunities, saying, hey, I need a new, looking for a new job or interested in a new job. What kind of skills do I need to be able to be vital or be relevant to those existing jobs that may be out there?
Right, and I think, again, Ryan, relationship and teamwork, cooperation, and bringing all of our local entities together to work on those things is invaluable.
Right.
And we've got some good things going on already with the Summer Youth Works program and some different things happening at the Fall Line Technical College, some programs that are offered out there. So I'm sure you and the folks that and the folks you're going to meet through the Development Authority, we will all work together and be able to address
I find
this.
it interesting, even though, we keep saying that I've been in the community for a number of years from a regional level and been around, and, you think, everybody or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't. And it's exciting to me to learn about a new program or a new project that an entity is undertaking that maybe we haven't heard of yet, or at least I haven't heard of yet or been involved with yet. So we're excited to see, what all those different opportunities they continue to arise and come to the surface. And how we can help with that, if there's a way that we can help with that, or help make sure we're connecting partners together to make sure that everyone's not trying to, even though we may all be trying to accomplish the same goal, we're not doing the same thing to get there, but how can we partner together to capitalize on capitalize on resources to do that. So that's interesting for me to be able to go out and see, hopefully we'll be able to have more time to do that, in the coming weeks, but be able to go out and see and visit and talk with different people that are in charge of different programs, that are managing different programs, to be able to say, okay, what are you doing? How are you doing that? And how can we fit, or how can other people fit, or how can we, if there's a way to help with that. So we're excited to, at least from a personal level, be able to get out and see how that's interacting and how we can interact better with them.
Absolutely. Ryan, let me ask you this, and then I don't know if I'm asking it the right way even, but do you see maybe a little bit of I don't know if the right word would be a cultural shift, but in the ways development authorities are advancing today or moving forward versus I think in the past, maybe, if this is fair to say, and if it's not, it's okay, you can help correct me on this, but I think there was more interest or involvement in recruitment and bringing in industry, as today where that shift may be a little bit into investing and reinvesting in existing industry. Can you
Sure.
speak to that a little bit?
Well, and certainly the new companies that are coming into a community, they're the ones that get the headlines. They're
Right,
the one that,
right.
they're on the front page of the paper, and everybody gets excited about that, and rightfully so. I mean, I do too.
Sure.
You get giddy about that, in some ways when you get to go to the Development Authority and get the big gold shovels out for a groundbreaking, or you get to get the big scissors from the Chamber of Commerce and have a big ribbon cutting for a new industry, and that's exciting, and everybody can rally around that. But what we have to realize is that on any given year, about 80% of the new jobs that are created in any community or in any given community, they're going to come from our existing industry base. And our existing industries, they're here, they're participating in the community, they live in our community for the most part. They're here, they're active
Right.
participants in the community. So when they expand and they grow, they may be adding a piece of machinery, they may be upgrading a line, or an assembly line, or manufacturing line, or new process within their walls, and you may not see that because they're not adding square footage, but they're adding new machinery, they're adding that technology, they're adding something there that's could be a significant increase to their production. It could be a significant increase in investment, but you may not see it.
Right.
And so many of our existing industries, and this is across the state, from my experience working with the department, is that they may say, yes, we're going to add this new piece of machinery, we're going to add this new line, we're going to add this piece of technology, but it's got a 6-month window to have it manufactured and shipped here. We've got a time frame. Yes, we're committing to do it now, but it's going to be 6, 12, 18 months before we're actually able to implement this new project. So they don't necessarily want it publicized out in the community. So much of our existing industry investment may, and this is true across the state, from a community level, just goes, unnoticed or
Right.
unpublicized. And we do that because we want to protect the company as well, because they have competitors.
Sure.
They have, different things that are going on within their corporate structure maybe that they want to make sure they can get everything ready to go before the competition
Right,
finds
right.
out and tries to beat them to the marketplace. So we definitely respect the word that the company has and say, okay, let's not talk about this, or let's do talk about this. This is
Right.
great. So, whatever the company wants to do, that's what we from a development authority, that's what we certainly from the state, when I worked at the state level, we all adhered to that because
Right.
they're
Absolutely.
driving the bus, so to speak, on that.
Right. Well, in that type of investment, even though sometimes it may not seem as great or grand for those headlines again, that investment and reinvestment in that existing industry keeps them here.
Exactly.
Where, if another community's offering incentives or something else, they may go there. So, yeah, we want them certainly to build all that they can to stay here.
And it keeps them competitive in their industry.
Right,
That's
right.
that's the big thing. We have to make sure they're staying, where they have to from an industry standpoint to be competitive in whatever sector it is that they're in. Because if one of their competitors is adding and they're increasing, automation or whatever the case may be, if they're doing that, or if someone's doing that and our local folks may not be doing that, they're getting left behind.
Right.
So we want to make sure we're supporting them as much as possible in those efforts as well.
Absolutely. Ryan, looking forward to some great days ahead. We're going to take one more commercial break and we'll come back and wrap up.
Hi, I'm Jeff Cannon, President of Citizens Bank of Lawrence County. If you're presently a customer of ours, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for allowing us to be your bank. We appreciate the confidence you have placed in us and enjoy providing you with the most up-to-date banking products and services to satisfy your needs. If you're not a current customer, we would like to invite you to stop by and let us show you true community banking at its best. We concentrate on our local community, doing our part to make Dublin and Lawrence County a better place to live, work, play, and retire. We recently introduced 2 new products, eStatements and Access Now, our mobile banking app. Both of these products will help to make banking with us more convenient and will also help to provide you with a safer and more secure banking experience. So for all your banking needs, just give us a call or stop by and let us show you personal banking at its best. Citizens Bank of Lawrence County, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
What if there was a paint that had the power to awaken something old, or painfully dated, or something you simply thought was lost forever, because it could form a strong bond regardless of age? If a paint could give any time-worn surface stunning new life, you have to wonder, is it still paint? Regal Select Exterior from Benjamin Moore.
Quality products and installation since 1985. That's 4 Seasons.
Welcome back to the show, Ryan. Again, thank you for taking time out to be with us. Always have enjoyed speaking with you. I think we've had lunch a few times, been to conferences together, and I know you're going to be a great fit for this community here. But I have to ask you, I remember when I took my new role here in Dublin-Lawrence County, and as welcoming and all as everyone is, I remember before I came even thinking, wow, what have I gotten myself into? So was there a moment for you, I guess is what I'm asking, before you got here? I know Monday was a full day for you and things happened, but before you even got here, was there a moment or a time, maybe you sat with your wife or you just sat by yourself and said, is this really what I'm supposed to be doing or where I need to be going?
Surprisingly, not really.
Okay.
I mean, as we started having these conversations, it felt like something was right. I mean, it really was. I mean, it's like, this is a fit. This is a natural progression from what I've been doing, working with small businesses and entrepreneurs and existing industries from across the state and across the region. So we really felt like this was a kind of a natural progression for me, from the career level. And it didn't necessarily, hopefully won't uproot the family too terribly much by moving right up the road.
Right.
Amanda will be able to continue the work that she's doing, the good work that she's doing down in Wheeler County. So, definitely not, anything, I don't think too terribly concerning. So, definitely, I don't feel like there was a moment that was like, oh my, what are you doing? Kind of thing. I tell you one thing that I've been just pleasantly surprised is not even the right word. I would say ecstatic is the right word.
You're jumping ahead of me.
Well, I want to jump ahead of you.
But yeah, go ahead.
Is the staff we have at the Development Authority. I mean, Beth and Miranda I knew they were great gems, and our authority members and team had found some really great people to help manage the operations of the authority from just the day-to-day bookkeeping and making sure we're doing everything just right and doing some research and that kind of thing, but also from a marketing standpoint to really elevate the status of the authority, to do what we need to do from an authority standpoint to stand out from our competition. Both of those ladies, wow, you can't speak enough of them. I mean, they're just phenomenal, with what they're doing, and I've been just blown away at the stuff that they've been able to do and generate just within an incredibly short amount of time, with other things that have been going on this week, still able to come in and say, here's what we want to do for new marketing activities, or here's some proposals for some new marketing activities, or here's what we need to do to get ready for whatever upcoming meeting it is, or keep everything going the way it needs to run. So just pleasantly ecstatic, really ecstatic about that.
Absolutely, and again, just a testament to those two ladies and the board. Right. They've been without a president for
several
quite
months.
A substantial time there, and I would say they didn't miss a beat. Things have moved on, and not only moved on, but I know even progressed. Some of the marketing materials and things that Miranda's been working on, and Beth is just she's a pleasure for us to work with.
Yes.
Actually, we're in the same office together, and so we get to interact with both of those ladies, and we enjoy them. And so yeah, you're blessed, and I have two wonderful
you got phenomenal staff
members
as well, right.
And so we surrounded ourselves with the right people. Absolutely. To end the show, I always like to give you just a minute. Again, fairly new here. Some folks know you, some folks don't. But if you would, look into our camera over there and just give folks your 1 minute elevator pitch as to, hey, you're here and we got great days ahead.
Well, thanks, Heath, and we appreciate the opportunity to be here and talking with you and the folks here in Dublin and Lawrence County. So if there's anything that we can do, feel free to stop by the Development Authority. We're upstairs in the Chamber of Commerce building. Feel free to stop by and chat with us, tell us what's going on. If you have any questions or anything we could help you out with, definitely feel free to do that. But like I said, we're excited to be here, excited for the trust and that the Development Authority has placed in me, from the leadership standpoint, and excited to work with that great group of individuals and our great existing industries and small businesses that we have across Lawrence County. So we look forward to seeing y'all soon. If you need anything, give us a call.
Ryan, again, welcome. Hey, look forward to many, many great days working with you. And we appreciate you always joining and tuning in to the show, and you and Ryan and all of us together helping make today and every day a great day for business in Dublin and Lawrence County.